I'm Yosef Arbiv, and I am here to ask you one question. I want to ask you why. Why are you building your product? Why are you working on this feature? Why do you need this interface? And the reason that I want to ask you this question is because I didn't ask it myself, and it had some consequences. A couple of years ago, I was working for another company, and we were building software for embedded devices. Now, writing code for embedded devices is really cool, but you can also screw things up really, really badly. And that's what happened for us. One day, we got a call from one of our customers, and they were complaining that our code was causing the entire device to crash. So we started to look into it, and we find out that we were using a third-party library that had a memory leak in it. And this was the root cause of this crash. So we started to think, what can we do in order to fix this bug? We could replace the library with another one. We could fix the code inside the library. But then one of the developers asked, why? Why are we using this third-party library? And we find out that we were using it in only one feature of our product. And then we asked ourselves, why do we need this feature? And we find out that this customer was not using this feature. In fact, none of our customers were using this feature. It was built for future customers. So eventually we decided to delete this feature from our code, and until this day, this feature is not a part of this product anymore. So in the next 3 minutes, I want to talk to you about YAGNI. YAGNI is a principle of extreme programming. It's an acronym for you aren't gonna need it. And it means that you should always implement things when you actually need them, and never when you only foresee needing them in the future. Now, the reason that this principle is so important, the reason that why you should always implement things when you actually need them, is because when you don't follow it, when you implement things that you only foresee needing in the future, you pay different kind of prices. The first kind of price that you pay is the cost of building. This is what happens when we build something and eventually we don't need it. So we pay the price of building this feature, writing this code. The second kind of price is the cost of repairing. And this is what happens when we need this code, but a bit differently. So we need to modify it in order to fit our actual needs. Those two prices are what happens if we fail to predict the future. And this is what usually happens. We are not that good at predicting the future. But what happens if we manage to predict the future correctly? We are still paying some prices. The first price that we pay in this case is the cost of delay. When we are working on something that we will need in the future, we are not working on something that we need right now. Our customers need things right now. Our company needs things right now. And when we don't work on it, we are working on something that we will need in the future, we delay those features. The second price that we pay, even if we manage to predict the future correctly, is the cost of carry. The cost of carry is the cost of maintaining this code, maintaining this feature for the entire, from the moment we created it until the moment that someone will hopefully use it in the future. For this entire time, our code gets compiled, usually a couple of times a day. It gets tested. New developers need to look into it when they start to work in our company. We need to check how it interacts with other pieces of code that we are creating. And all of these cost us time and cost us money. So to wrap things up, I want to pass this torch to you. I want you to ask why. I wanted to ask your product manager, why are we building this feature? I wanted to ask your colleague during the design review, why do we need this interface? I wanted to ask yourselves, why do I need this function? Why do I need this extra line of code? And if the answer is because in the future we may want to do something with it, it should sound the alarm bell. And last thing, and this is for my Hebrew-speaking audience, if someone tells you that this is a preparation for an air conditioner, this is not an alarm bell. These are 10 sirens yelling at you that you are not going to actually need it. Thank you very much.